Hello everyone, my name's George and I'm a lecturer at Coventry University, and today I'm going to be talking about the academic culture and the differences between Chinese academic culture and British academic culture. I've got a guest here, one of our students, and would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Qi Zhen. I'm from Guangzhou University of Foreign Studies. I'm an exchange student here.
Excellent. So, in China, at a university, how do you usually study?
We usually we will have lectures. It's teacher teaching in the front of class, and we classmates sitting together and listening.
Okay, and we have this in Coventry as well, of course.
Yeah.
We have the lectures. But we have other things as well. So what is the other part of teaching in Coventry?
It's of course seminars.
And what do we do in a seminar?
In the seminars, there are less people, commonly 10 to 15 people sitting together, and we'll have a discussion, and then the lecturer will give us feedback.
And why do we have these smaller discussions, do you know? What do you think those are useful?
Yeah, it's useful. I think the purpose of seminar is for us to cooperate together, share our ideas, and strengthen our cooperation skills, people skills.
Yeah. I think to add to that, we also want, as a teacher side of you, from a seminar, we want to make sure you understand what we're teaching. So, yes, you can communicate, but we need to be able to communicate and show that you can not only know something, but you know how to apply that knowledge to maybe a business situation. So there's the theory and the practice. How do we link the two? Now, as a Chinese student, how do you find the seminar? Is it easy, or do you have some problem adapting?
I think it's more difficult than in China because, frankly speaking, you are forced to have a presentation. You are forced to speak out your ideas. You have to think about the class materials you have learned.
So these are the assessment ways. I think that's true, and yes, there is a very different expectation on what the students, and I think that is quite often the difficulty in that in the education system that you might be used to, there is a different expectation. The teachers have a different view on what you should do, and here we have a view that you should be able to speak out.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you go to work in the UK, then at some point you will have to speak out. So hopefully we want to prepare you. So I've heard from many students who have a similar view, who say it's quite difficult to adapt. You know, many years in China, you should be sitting and listening, and that's correct for China. That's the right way to get the good score in China. However, here, once you come, how can people who are planning to come here, how could they prepare?
Usually the tutor will prepare the seminar materials in advance, and you can preview the materials and read some articles about the topic, and then in the class, before the class start, you can have some small talks with your classmates first, get to know them as person, and then the discussion, cooperation between you will get more easy.
Absolutely, good ideas. So that's one of the great things you can do while you are here. What can people do when they're still in China or before they come to UK? What would you recommend people focus on to help in this?
Maybe can learn some phrases in how to have a discussion with others. Like, could we say that and put forward your suggestions?
Yeah, absolutely. So to help make sure that you be part of the conversation, you can prepare basic statements, as you said. Joining in, can I say, if I could just, please may I interrupt?
Yeah.
Because one of the things that people aren't aware of is it's not only about the language, it's also the culture. There is a cultural difference of interrupting and saying, no, I don't believe you. I think you're wrong, or I'm going to disagree. We encourage that here, although I believe in China that perhaps people are a bit more hesitant to disagree. Is that fair?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. I think it depends where you are in the situation. Yeah. But getting used to that is something that if people can do in China, that's very useful. The more language you can do before you get here, the listening, the speaking specifically, really, really helpful. So that's all the time we really have. Thank you for joining me. Do you have any last suggestions for people watching to prepare for seminars?
Be brave to express your opinions. Don't worry about whether what you have said is right or wrong. There is no absolute right or wrong. Just express your opinions.
Wonderful. That's a great way to finish. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.